I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and this is my review and installation of the Magnaflow Rockcrawler Exhaust fitting all 2007 and up JKs. There are a few different versions of this system depending on which body style and what year your Jeep is, so make sure you get the right one for your JK. Today we're going to talk you through the installation of this system, which is a very simple 1 out of 3 wrenches because this is designed to bolt directly in place of your factory exhaust system. We're also going to talk about the exhaust tone and the exhaust note, as well as a few other features of the system. This system provides a few different benefits, so it's going to be a good choice for a few different groups of Jeep owners. Some of you will purchase this because it eliminates the factory resonator and factory muffler, replacing that whole system with one flow-through muffler, giving you a lot more volume and a lower exhaust note. Others will purchase this because it is a Rockcrawler system, so there's a lot less piping and it tucks everything up out of the way, so you don't have that big factory-style muffler sitting in the back where it can easily get banged up. Regardless of why you're purchasing this system, you are going to get that additional clearance, lower exhaust note, and more volume. You may also get a little bit more throttle response because you are opening up the exhaust system of the Jeep a little bit. However, with a JK, I wouldn't purchase an exhaust system thinking you're going to get a ton of performance gains. The gains that you may see from opening up the exhaust system are mostly going to be at the top of the RPM range where we don't spend a ton of our time. Being that this is a Magnaflow system, the build quality is certainly there, and because of the type of materials that this is made of, it is going to be a little bit more expensive than some of the other exhaust system options on the market. This series is a little bit different from that Off-Road Pro Series system from Magnaflow because this does include all of this piping, which takes you from the muffler over the axle and to the rear of the Jeep. That Off-Road Pro system actually dumps in front of the axle, so it's going to be even shorter and even louder, although there is also less pipe there to get banged up on the rocks, so that is certainly a decision and something that you can look into. This system, as I mentioned before, gets rid of the factory resonator and replaces it with this muffler and gets rid of the rear muffler on the Jeep altogether. As I said before, this is a very simple 1 out of 3 wrench installation because it's designed to use all of the factory hangers. It includes all of the clamps and other brackets that you're going to need to get it installed. The only difficult part about installing this system, or really any exhaust system, is the fact that exhausts like to get rusty. So all of the existing clamps and hangers that you are going to have to break them loose, and that can be a little bit trying depending on the year of your Jeep, what area you live in, and how you've used your Jeep. So I would recommend spraying all of the factory clamps and hangers well ahead of time with good penetrating oil. Of course, those areas are going to heat up when you start and drive the Jeep, so you are going to have to continue to spray it. Make sure that those areas stay good and wet with penetrating oil. It's going to make things a lot easier when you're disassembling the old system, which, as I mentioned, is going to be the most difficult part of this installation. When it is time to actually go through the installation, you'll start from the rear of the Jeep, disconnecting clamps and hangers and removing each piece as you go. You'll go all the way up to where the collectors are, just behind the catalytic converters, and that's where you'll start to install all of your new piping. As we said before, this comes with all of the clamps and hardware necessary to get it installed on the Jeep. So from there, you'll start from the front, installing each piece of the piping as you work your way back, hooking them into the factory hangers, but leave all of the clamps loose. Once you get to the rear of the Jeep, you can start making sure that everything's lined up how you want it to be, and then again, from the front to the back, tighten all of those clamps one last time. All you're going to need to get this job done are some hand tools and, of course, a good penetrating oil, and about an hour's time. You will need a little bit more time if you have a lot of rust and you end up having to fight a lot of those bolts and clamps. I said before that this is a Magnaflow system. It's a good name brand that a lot of you know, and you are getting a lot of build quality out of this system. Along with that, you're getting a high quality stainless steel material, which puts this at the middle to the upper price range for a system like this. I think that it's a fair price for the quality of materials and build that you're getting, and you are going to get a lot more growl out of this system. The fact that it has this flow-through muffler, getting rid of the resonator and the muffler for something that flows a lot better, means you're going to get a lot lower exhaust note and a lot more tone. So I think this does everything that it advertises. So whether you're looking to get a catback exhaust system for your JK because you want a lower exhaust tone or more exhaust volume, or you're looking at a system like this that gets rid of that big bulky factory muffler in the rear so you have one less thing to crush on the rocks when you hit the trails, this system is a good option. Between the build quality, the quality of the materials, and what I think is a pretty fair price, this is a good system to take a look at. So that's my review of the Magnaflow Rockcrawler Exhaust fitting all 2007 and up JKs that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.